put up on the screen the $399 Trump shoes here that made an appearance at SneakerCon this weekend. A bit of a surprise. I also want to play some sound here of Stephen Colbert because all of this being normalized when we're talking about hundreds of $1 million judgments being something that feel like they hurt him more than felony counts all over the place because his last move is to make sure to topple democracy and get as much money as he can because you really are in a position where his lawyers can't believe they're going to ever get paid. So he's got to get the money to them up front. And it's just, what an amazing grift to see working in front of people. But here's Colbert trying to fight with liberal voice. Colbert is trying to do the right things, and he's just going crazy.
I know how numb we've become, but it's not normal. No other candidate for the presidency has ever had to pause his campaign to defend himself in multiple courts. And I would like to point out that in all 7 of his cases, no one doubts that he did these things. We're just sitting around patiently waiting to find out if the wheels of justice will grind fast enough for there to be any consequences. And the media is covering it like it's any other political story, like it's all horse race.
Triggered.
He stole Mad Dog's move there. Yeah, let me get close to the camera and then back up.
Está viejo.
He took off his glasses and backed off from the camera, and it is madness. It is making even the comedians literally mad and sound mad because it's not in any way normal to have SneakerCon sneakers for $399 to pay for some of the lawyer fees.
First, Trump copies all the other dictators, then he copies LeVar Ball. I mean, please.
It'll work, though.
Yeah, both of them, unfortunately.
Already has.
No, LeVar didn't work. LeVar did not work.
I think it's pretty poignant what he said, what Colbert said at the end. Like, you're just hopeful that the wheels of justice will turn in time for a punitive measure to kind of save us from ourselves because none of these judgments matter. It's crazy when you get an entire group of people to just buy in that anything that is held against me is because there's a very clear agenda. It is all just some major deep state conspiracy to stop me from getting to where I need to be to enact our agenda. These aren't that's a free and fair trial that he makes a mockery of. He doesn't do himself any favors when he storms out, but he was found guilty in that civil suit of disparaging someone's character who accused him of sexual assault. He was found guilty in the state of New York for committing fraud. These are juries of his peers, but they'll just believe that there is some deep state conspiracy and that he didn't actually do
Tony
any
likes
of
the
these
sneakers.
things.
Tony likes the sneakers.
No, because on our preview, if you could put up what we had on our preview, the Trump sneakers are being held by a guy that I follow. His name is Roman Sharf. He's like a watch dealer and incredible.
I was like, I know that guy.
Yeah, I know that guy. I was like, oh damn, that's Roman Sharf.
You look like you love the sneakers.
No, I would never wear those in a million years, but I like Roman Sharf.
What's wrong with
That
the
guy
sneakers?
paid a lot of money for those sneakers.
They're too chunky. The gold is gaudy. They're like between like wannabe like high top Pumas, but also trying to be like Jordan 1s, but they're too thick.
Typical Trump.
It's just not
ornate. It might as have.
They're the thickest shoes.
Yeah, they're a tad thick for me. We're out of the chunky era, by the way. We're trying to move on.
They should have jewels on them.
Got a big T.
Fake jewels that end up being.
Is it Roman Sharf, the dude that they accuse of being a Russian oligarch? Because I saw like a bunch of headlines, Daily Mail being one of them, that a Russian oligarch bid on these shoes.
That might be, yes, it might be.
And he
the
came
same
out and
guy.
said, "Guys, I actually am a political refugee. I came from Ukraine.
He's
former
got a
serviceman.
Very, very wealthy guy and sells watches. But like, if you're part of the watch game, you're selling 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000, 200,000, $1 million timepieces. It's hard to move that kind of inventory if you don't have very rich friends.
When did you become a high-end watch dealer expert?
This is something that I love. I'm very passionate about watches, and Roman Sharf is one of the guys who's doing top content within the watch community.
How's your collection?
Wow.
It's growing. I work here, so it's growing.
Greg.